Hi guys, welcome to Angeline's Corner. This is the first book review I'm doing on my YouTube channel. Here I am in my kitchen, and I am going to be just sharing my thoughts about this particular book with you. Thank you so much for joining me. You know, every now and again, I listen to a book that keeps me thinking long after I've heard the words, the end. And Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus was definitely one of those books. Now, before I go further, I should confess to you that I am an audiobook person. These days, I do more listening than reading. So while other people curl up with a book in their hands and enjoy it. I'm usually listening while I'm driving, while I'm walking, while I'm exercising, while I'm doing my chores or pretending to do something. Lessons in Chemistry follows the story of Elizabeth Zott. And she is a brilliant chemist. This is in the 1950s and 60s. The problem isn't her intelligence. She has plenty of that. The problem is that many of the people around her can't get past the fact that she is a woman. Elizabeth constantly faces obstacles, discrimination, people thinking that her place should be somewhere other than the lab. What I loved about Elizabeth is that she doesn't spend a lot of time trying to make other people comfortable. She says what she thinks, stands up for herself, and refuses to shrink herself to fit someone else's expectation. Honestly, there were moments while I'm listening when I thought, Elizabeth, maybe soften that just a little bit, maybe calm down or something. And then 2 minutes later, I was there cheering her on. Life for Elizabeth took some unexpected turns. Eventually, she became, believe it or not, a host of a television cooking show. But this wasn't your typical cooking show. Elizabeth teaches cooking through chemistry. Because to her, cooking is chemistry. While everyone else is talking about recipes, one, two, three, she was talking about molecules. And I have to admit that after listening to the book, I found myself looking at my kitchen differently. Now, I didn't have to become a chemist or anything like that. Mind you, I am still the person who occasionally burns stuff or so. But I did appreciate the science behind everyday little things a little bit more. One of the things that I enjoyed most about her story is that it's funny in places where you don't expect it to be. Elizabeth's straightforward way of dealing with people creates some laugh out loud LOL moments. And then there was her dog. The dog's name was 630, who may be one of my favorite characters in the entire book. If you listen or read this story, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Beneath the humor, though, it is a powerful message. There is a powerful message about believing in yourself. Elizabeth refuses to let other people's opinion determine her value. She keeps moving forward even when life throws challenges in her path. That's something I think all of us can relate to. This book reminded me that we don't need to get permission to be smart, capable, ambitious, or just different. Sometimes the most important thing we can do is, and I believe this to my heart, trust ourselves, and in whatever else you believe in, trust it, trust the process, and keep going. Keep it moving. I would highly recommend Lessons in Chemistry. It's first of all, the title of the book kind of gets you because you're like, ooh, chemistry? But it'll blow your mind. It really is awesome. And if you're looking to enjoy, it's a strong character, a little humor, a little heartbreak. And yes, there was heartbreak. Oh my God, I was so sorry that there was heartbreak in there. And just stories about people who dared to challenge the status quo. This is actually a book that I would highly recommend. And for me, this was an easy 5 out of 5. Are you an audio listener like me? I'd love to know. And what book are you listening to now? Tell me, let's chat about it. Let's share. I'd love to add it to my repertoire of books that I read, my list of books that I have. I would love to, and I would love to just hear from you. This was my first one. Tell me how I did. I really enjoyed this book, to be honest. I really did. And I hope you did too if you've read it, or if you have not read it, then let me know. And so, because, I'd love for you to do that. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Angeline's Corner. My name is Angeline. Thank you. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Thanks once more. And thanks for joining me in the corner. This is our space. This is where we chill.